Hi everyone, it's Zach with Palantir Research. Tons of media coverage out on Palantir today. We've got a bold price target as well as bulls wanting to buy the dip and more. First, we got Kramer on its lightning round segment. We get a caller out from Louisiana bringing up Palantir. It's only a few seconds long, but Kramer thinks from $22, Palantir is going to actually go up to $28. Now, we know how these lightning rounds go, though honestly, not much info itself, and we get a lot of conflicting opinions from Kramer himself, where we all remember that one time he called them not a real company. But I think this is the same narrative when it comes to more and more folks hearing about Palantir and just trying to figure them out as a company and as an investment. And honestly, valuation-wise, we know it can get tricky. But if it shows up on Kramer, honestly, the mainstream is definitely opening their eyes and more to it. Then we've got Keith Fitzgerald once again on Fox Business. Now, this was mostly focused on the Fed, and naturally, it's going to go to the lack of rate cuts and how it's been affecting the market, and of course, Palantir as an investment. Now, we all know that Palantir can be subject to the moves of the interest rates since their multiple can be affected by this, but essentially, Keith Fitzgerald, a known Palantir bull, and even in the title of the YouTube video that he posted, says it's all. He's looking for the panic selling, and Palantir is one of the names that he's continually bringing up that he wants to own more and more if there's panic selling for them. Now, everyone's got their own opinion, of course, on the actual price point that they want to pick up more Palantir shares. Now, from recent memories, seeing the 26s and then, of course, 22 right now, some looks to be attractive, but some say in the teens or even something way below. But either way, I'll leave it up to you on what you think is a good deal. But one thing is for sure, Palantir is one of those names that folks can be willing to pay that premium, even if it's the numbers that flow to their financials might take a while here, and of course the coverage that it gets. And then another quick segment from Kathy Wood. Her ARKX fund picked up another 7.1k shares today. This is 3 days in a row now actually of purchases from her. Not necessarily the largest buys, of course. It's just interesting to see that it's pointing out consecutive days of purchasing, where Palantir has been, of course, range bound in these lower 20s as of now. So we'll continue to monitor if these transactions start to deviate from this. Then we get a new demo here presented by Chad on PGE's public safety power shutoff planning. Now, I won't go through the whole demo here, but the bigger story is that PGE will be doing their own webinar on Thursday, April 18th. I think this trend will continue, which we saw, of course, with Lowe's and their AIP Now use case. Customers will continue to be included in these demos, more accurate perspective from the customer point of view. Now, this demo for next week will be focused on PGE in the utility sector, so I still think this will lead to easier, of course, customer flow adoption and more of these clients actually alongside Palantir to get to the present how AIP actually was implemented at their organization. But essentially, an actual customer who went through the implementation and building these out, of course, speaks volumes much more. So when you have a chance, just take a moment to watch the demo when you can, but let me know your thoughts below, and I'll see you in the next video.